As you walk down the hallways of Abraham Lincoln High School or are sitting at a basketball game listening to the squeaking of shoes, you're bound to notice one thing in common: the Nike swoosh. The Nike swoosh is the iconic logo of clothing and shoe brand Nike. Nike has risen to the top of the sporting world and it has become one of the most well known brands that we know today. Today, we'll be going over the mastermind behind the creation of Nike, the early days of Nike, and the ways that Nike has been able to reach audience both internationally and nationally. Now, let's grab our shoes, lace them up, and jog into the next point. People all over the world love and own their Nike products, but rarely do people ask who the founder of Nike actually is. This is Phil Knight, an 85-year-old man. According to thefamouspeople.com, Phil Knight was born in Portland, Oregon on February 24th, 1938. In Portland, he would find his love for running at his high school. It has even been stated that in high school he was a vital member of his high school track team. Later, Phil would pursue his love for running at the University of Oregon, which is located in Eugene, Oregon, which is approximately 2 hours away from Portland. It was at Oregon where he would meet his mid-distance running coach, Bill Bowerman. Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight worked together constantly, so they gained an amazing relationship. Like most people, after college, Phil Knight had no clue what he wanted to do. So he did two options. The first thing he did was enlist in the U.S. Army and then work as an assistant professor at Portland State University. It was until after both of these that Phil Knight would enroll at Stanford Graduate School of Business. There, he would be working on an assignment and figure out his love for athletic branded shoes. He would eventually, after graduating from Graduate School of Business, he would partner with his track and field coach, Bill Bowerman, where they would begin selling Tiger brand running shoes, which were Japanese manufactured. Phil and Bill would create a partnership to sell these Japanese manufactured shoes within the United States. Thus, the company Blue Ribbon Sports was created. After the years went on and some disagreements occurred, Blue Ribbon Sports would become the company we all love and know, Nike. Now, let's just do the next point. Many people buy and sell Nike products all the time, but rarely do people ask where the name Nike actually came from. According to lemelson.mit.edu, Phil and Bill got the inspiration from the Greek goddess of victory. Her name is Nike. And it is apparent that Nike has been no short of a victory over the years. Nike has been evolving the shoe game year after year, and some of the earliest successes are the waffle sole as seen here, the wedged heel as seen here, and the nylon uppers that we all have come accustomed to with our everyday shoes. Nike wasn't always the big company that it is today, so Phil and Bill had to put their genius marketing skills together. In the 1972 Olympics, Phil Knight noted that 4 out of the top 7 runners were wearing Nike branded shoes. This was a breakthrough for Nike because it put Nike on a global stage, whereas in the past it had just been regional. On top of that, Nike had to have some partnerships in order to become the successful business that they are. One of their most successful is Jordan Brand. Jordan was such an amazing basketball player, and people wanted to emulate his basketball style and just his style in general. So when he dropped new shoes, people would rush to the stores to buy them. This aided both Nike and Jordan. Along with the genius marketing skills and the partnerships created a long time, Nike has been also aided to have amazing slogans and an amazing logo. These being Just Do It and the Nike swoosh. Now, let's swoosh into the next idea. Nike has been able to evolve from just running wear in many different ways. On top of that, they've also been able to reach and aid different cultures all over the world. One way that they're doing this currently is, according to USA Today, they created their first ever performance hijab for female athletes. It can be found for $35 on the Nike app, site, or in-store. Nike has even stated the pull-on design and long back keeps the hijab in place, while the fabric provides a breathable feel. This is a breakthrough because this is the first of its kind, and no other brand to date does this. A year before they actually released it, they were getting insight from Olympic athletes Zahara Lari and Amna Al-Haddad. One of the main reason that Nike created this was fewer than 1 in 7 girls participate in locally recommended sports for an hour or more in Middle Eastern countries. And Nike said it hopes to inspire more women and girls there who still face barriers. Right here in the United States, Nike has been able to partner with many different athletes. One of these athletes being Serena Williams. according to Hypebae.com, Serena Williams, when she would turn 24, would sign a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike, which was the first of its kind for tennis. She would debut this 18-year partnership while stepping on the 2004 U.S. Open. She would walk in with knee-high boots and all denim leather, with all denim clothing. Now that this enabled her to become a fashion icon within the tennis world. Now that we have checked off 3 points, let's move into the conclusion. As we all know, like I said before, as you walk down the streets, you are bound to see Nike somewhere, whether that's on clothing, shoes, bottles, or hats. And it's very evident that Nike has been a successful company. Today we went over the mastermind behind the creation of Nike, the early days of Nike, and the ways that Nike has been able to reach audiences both nationally and internationally. So like the Greek goddess of victory, Nike has been no short of one, and they will continue to influence the fashion throughout the world.